Hi, I'm Sandy,
And I'm Bill
and we're the owners of Three Potato More here in Albany
at 2811 South Pacific Boulevard.
It's right next to Albany Boss Company and
Albany
Tire. We specialize in stuffed baked potatoes, stuffed mashed potatoes, and stuffed mac and cheese. We've lived here for 25 years.
And how long have you been doing
And this is a brand new food truck. We're 1 month old.
1 month old?
Yes.
What were you doing before?
We actually had a floor care company for 20 years.
And what made the change from the floor care company to the food truck?
The pandemic. The pandemic put us out of business as of February 20th of last year. We became non-essential, and the retail companies that we worked for, we had 17 different stores, and they decided to do in-house.
Mm-hmm. And were you guys doing the floor company together?
Yes,
yeah.
We are a family-owned company. We always have been, and our sons worked for us, and it put us all out of business.
Wow. Okay. Why a food truck instead of anything else?
I've been doing the food business since I was 14 years old, and I have continued it through my life. And every time I said I'm going to get out of it, I go back into it because it's the love of my life. I started cooking when I was 6 years old with my grandma, and my mom was a cook. My son is a certified chef, and he and I just said, this is what we want to do. It's simple. It's not backbreaking. It's the way to feed the public rather than just one customer.
So, what are some challenges with operating a food truck that you've come across?
Some of the challenges basically are all the hoops that you have to jump through. The money to pay the city, the money to pay the county, the money to get everything up and running. It's a space rent. We pay space rent for wherever we go. That's pretty much the challenges. I think the main one is the city and having to figure out where we're going to go next and how to keep our customers.
Stability.
Yeah, stability
for the business. If you could say one thing to the city council, what would it be?
Just support us. Let's figure out how we can be equal to everybody in this town and to support us and to realize that we are a small company that are serving your community. And so we want to serve you and to serve you right.
And it's our community.
Correct. It's our community. My family helped grow Albany. They were farmers, and I moved here for that reason. We just want to be part of this community.
It's kind of hard to do that if you have to get up and move
every 120 days. We'll have to end up moving at this point in time, or even 30 days. So it just depends on where we go next, and hopefully we can keep that clientele that we've built up.
But it is difficult.
It's a challenge.
It is a challenge, especially as a small business.
Correct.
In our discussions, you have said that clarity in the laws regarding food trucks is something that you guys have struggled with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You ask questions and nobody responds with an answer that I feel is the answers that they're giving us is based on me. It's not based on the rest of us. So you can look around and you see other people having way more than what you're told you can have, or they have spots that are primo spots that we can't get into because they've locked it up somehow. It's a challenge. There's no communication, and we all need to be equal.
Okay. And if there's communication, sometimes it's muddy.
Yeah, it's a very muggy. You ask a question, it doesn't come across like it's supposed to come across. The one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing. So basically, I got a permit. They said they didn't see my permit, and I thought I didn't know I had to pass the permit. And he said, no, I don't have to pass the permit. So it was kind of one of those where the city didn't follow through and show him that I had a permit. But then again, nobody came and asked me, and I've been here for 3 weeks. Nobody came and said, where's your permit? So it's kind of like I'm not getting that communication. It's not a constant communication, and I'm new. So I don't know the rules. I don't know. So they have to communicate to me.
In our discussions, before we started the camera rolling, you told me, hey, we might have to move to Lebanon. Can you tell me about your experience in Lebanon previously?
Absolutely.
And how it contrasts to
right.
Albany?
Lebanon did not ask me for a permit because I'm in the county line, but it was a totally different process. It was easy. We went to the planning department and they said, yes, you can have that spot. I said, how much? They said, just give them my card and tell them I gave you approval to be out there. We have electricity out there. We have all the amenities out there that we need. So
you mentioned electricity. Right now, people could hear. You can hear a generator.
Correct. We have a generator. We have to bring everybody brings their own water, but we have a generator. And unfortunately, Friday we couldn't open because our generator went out. So there's the other issue that if there's a power box, it makes it so much easier. And we pay for the power out there, but there's a power box. And most of them in Lebanon have that power box that they can plug into.
But here also, we're at the mercy of Albany Tire because we have to have a signed permit from them saying that we can use their bathroom. When they close at 5 o'clock, we got to close at 5 o'clock.
Right. So we're basically a lunch truck at this point because we're kind of at the mercy. Like he said, we're at the mercy. Lebanon, we have a porta potty. We can't have one here.
You can't have a porta potty?
No. Huh. And we even keep the one in Lebanon locked when we're not there.
Right. And I'm willing to pay for it, but we won't let you have it. The other issue too here is that we don't have the money to do our truck yet. Mm-hmm. So we have banners, but we can only have one banner. According to now, this is where the communication is. So according to the paperwork that I filled out, it says one banner, no flags, no anything. So I believe that that's why I'm not getting noticed, is because I don't have a way to market my business and say, hey, come on in, like the flags like this company has. We can't do that here. So that's...
And even if you did, if you had to get up and move...
Exactly.
Every 120 days...
They're going to have to find me again. It's not good for us to... I have a 30-day permit because that's what they recommend until they get whatever they're doing done. So I did a 30-day permit. So after that 30-day, if I renew here, that's great. If I don't, I have to move. And then I have to start all over again, wherever I'm at. And I still don't have a way of promoting myself that much. I have one banner, and that's it. So I have to be strategic as to where I go with that banner and how we advertise it.
Out in the county, we're not limited to signs or banners.
Right. We have flags, and I know that's why this weekend we were able to draw people in, is because we have flags. We had banners. We had all sorts of stuff that we're not allowed to have here. This was a whole new concept for us, but I think in Albany, it's getting people to know that we're here and to promote us. I feel like there's a lot in Albany that pushes downtown a lot. Yeah. All the food companies downtown get promoted a lot, but none of us around here get promoted a lot unless we're a big conglomerate. And I think that's where I get frustrated, is because all the time I'm seeing City of Albany, downtown. Yeah, we're doing this in downtown. We're doing this in downtown, or come visit this, and that's great. Everybody should have that opportunity, but there are others around that aren't getting that recognition because we're not in all one location, like the barn.
And we're not a food truck is not even allowed in downtown Albany
unless it's with
associated with one of the restaurants.
No, you can't even do that.
You can't even do that. We have to be like for where the River Rhythms, or there has to be an event.
There has to be an event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time we asked during the pandemic, we asked a bar And he says, no, they can't do it. Well, but if you look, there's really no place to park down there. So that's why I think that they're doing that. But I remember a long time ago, Albany used to do days down on, is that Front Street there by Monteith? They used to block that whole thing off, and they used to have food trucks, and they used to have barbecue competitions, and it's just gone away.
That sounds like an amazing.
It was fun to go down to, and there was a ton of people there, and they just don't do that anymore, and I don't understand why that stopped.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that that's what all of us food trucks need. We need to have that exposure. So then people go, oh, I'll go find them.
Yeah.
You know, because I believe that that's why Albany downtown gets so much traffic. It's because they're promoted, heavily.
Which is fine, but there's nothing wrong. There's other places.
There's other places too. Just
Albany
because
is
it's
not
your
just
favorite.
downtown.
Right. It's because it's their favorite, and they can go, after work or whatever, because they probably work down there. And that's great. But there's others out here,
Well, thank you guys so much for
Oh,
taking
you're
time
welcome.
out of your day to talk with me and letting me, get this on camera, because it is so important to make sure that your voices are heard.
Right.
And I appreciate you guys taking the time.
Well, I appreciate you.
We appreciate you taking time to
Talk with
talk
us.
to us.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.